Hey everyone, Shabby Gaming here, and welcome back to another episode of our Gibraltar Challenge here on Foot Manager 2016. Now, in the last episode we played these two matches here. We defeated Gibraltar United 1-0 in the Pepe Reyes Cup thanks to a John McDonald goal on the hour mark, and of course we defeated Europa FC 3-0 in our first match of the season. I did say in the last episode that, in fairness, it's probably going to be quite an easy season, and it has proved out to be that way, so I have whizzed through most of it. We have already won the First Division with 13 points up with 2 games left. But we're also into the Senior League Cup Final and the Rock Cup League Final. So we've got the chance here to get our first domestic treble, which would be a good step moving forward for us as well. So I think in this episode we're just going to play the last 2 league games against St. Joseph's, Gibraltar and Lynx FC. Then the next episode we'll come back and we'll play off against St. Joseph's and Man 62 in the 2 Cup Finals. Let's have a quick look and see how it's all been going on. So our best player at the moment has been Frank Evans, of course. Frank Evans is just amazing at every single level. 4 goals in 34 appearances, but a 7.36 average rating. And Steve Foster alongside him in midfield as well with a 7.26, just showing how strong our midfield is. Tristan Sargent's up there as well. Believe it or not, the majority of our goals become from Michael Luke. Now, I have mentioned before that I wasn't over keen on him because he had all the stats, but he just was not scoring the goals. But this year, he seems to have really kicked in, and Hulk up there has been contributing with a few goals as well. So yeah, enough of me blabbering on. Let's get into our first match of the episode. And before we get into the next match, I have actually just made a signing. I didn't realise it would actually come through. I thought we might have to wait until the summer period, but we have signed this guy on a free transfer. His name is Ashley Miller. Scouts reckon he was quite good, so I signed him up. He's never played for a club before, so he has generated as a free transfer. And because he is Gibraltarian, it means we can sign him up. So he's 15 years old. He's going to come in. He's actually got pretty decent stats. If you look, his finishing's an 8, first touch 11. So he's got some stuff that if we can get up to a 10, he'll look quite good. So he's going to be in the reserves for now. We'll see if he can really build himself up in the next few years. Let's get into that first match. And here we are. As you can see, we are favourites to win this match against St. Joseph's. They're actually second in the league, so a win here would extend our lead at the top to even more. But then again, it doesn't really matter. We've already won the league anyway. But it'd be nice to finish off with a nice couple of wins here in this episode. Now, team-wise, we've gone for Green in goal. He's not played in much this season. He's only had 1 match. McDonald has really been a mainstay in that goalkeeping position. So it'd be nice to give Green a few matches just to show what he can do. We're going to stick with a pretty strong defence though with Steve Cooper, who's been great this season, as he always is. Really done well for us. Alongside him we've got Matt Maguire, who you can see his stats are going up, and he's got some really good physical stats, and I expect this guy to get better and better, and so far he's had an absolutely outstanding season for us. Alongside him we've got Stuart Cook again, a player who's done really well. His stats are going down a little bit at the moment. You see 10 caps for Gibraltar as well, so I think the majority of our team now are all Gibraltarian first team players as well. There's Ashley Riley at right back, a player we brought a couple of years ago from Red Imps. He's had a pretty good season as well. As you can see, he has played in a few of the international matches, the European International League being one of them. In midfield, we're going to be playing Steve Foster, who's had a great season in midfield. And look at them stats all going up. Fantastic to see that. As you can see, he's been involved in quite a lot as well. Alongside him, we've got the main man that is Frank Evans, with his 21 caps and 3 goals for Gibraltar now. I think he's the highest caps and the highest goal scorer for the nation now. And you can see why. He's just a fantastic player and our player of the season so far. We're going to have Isaac Cortez going down the left-hand side. Not quite sure if he must have gained Gibraltarian nationality now. He must be able to play for Gibraltar. And he probably should think about it, because I don't think he's ever going to get into the Spain side. On the other side, we've got John McDonald, who's done well for us this season as well. He's not been a mainstay. He's had a bulk of the matches, but not had it all his own way, shall we say. Up front, we've got Michael Luke, of course, our top goal scorer for the season. 17 caps and 2 goals for Gibraltar as well. And alongside him, we've got Aidan Ives, a player we're going to give an opportunity to. He's had a few matches this season. His stats are going up, so we thought we'd give him the opportunity. Bench-wise, I won't go through them all, but we do have Ashley Miller, our new signing, on the bench, so might give him a few minutes towards the end of the match. He's probably not very match fit because this is his first ever club, so he's never got any match fitness. But yeah, let's get straight into this one then. Let's just let the assistant do that. Well, there's nothing to say. And let's say we want you to keep your good run going, because at the moment we've dominated this season and there's no reason why we can't win these last 2 matches as we are underway. It's a nice pitch, this one, actually. It's of course, all the clubs in Gibraltar all play on the same pitch in the same stadium, so it can take a bit of a beating after a while. But luckily, we managed to keep it pretty good. One of our obviously long-term goals is to get our own stadium built, and I don't know how long that's going to take to do. I'm still begging as often as I possibly can as Cortez gets the first goal. 1 minute and 40 seconds in, Michael Luke through to Cortez, and that's his 6th goal of the season. Yeah, I am still pushing as much as I possibly can to try and get us a new stadium, and the main thing is to become professional, because I've found so many fantastic players I want to sign. Players that are happy to come to us, but they won't join for anything less than a full-time deal. And because we're a semi-professional side, we can't sign these players up on professional deals. That's a really annoying thing. So I really want to... if we can get that professional status, I think it will really kickstart us moving forward in this mode. Like I said, I think now, at the moment, we're going to try and skip through the majority of the seasons, and we're just going to concentrate mainly on the Champions League and Cup finals and things like that. Because, like I say, I think it's going to get boring just watching episode after episode after episode of us winning 5 or 6-0. So yeah, we'll save ourselves up and obviously see what we can do in the Champions League. I think Gibraltar might actually have 2 Champions League spots now, so St. Joseph's may still get an opportunity, or I'm not sure if it's that or whether they've got 2 Europa League spots, but either way, it's going to be pretty good for Gibraltar. It should start to build up some of the other sides as well, but until these clubs become professional, they just can't sign anybody from outside Gibraltar. As Michael Luke, the ball into Cortez again. Can Cortez get himself a second? No, he can't. And Gonzalez Perez picks the ball up. And that was almost a good chance there for Europa FC, or Europa Point, should I say, to get a second goal. Europa FC is our biggest rival. It's a bit dodgy getting them two mixed up, isn't it, really? So we've had 6 shots to their 2. We've had 52% of the possession. I'm expecting a little bit more from my team. Hopefully we can get another goal pretty soon. Michael Luke's been flagged offside, and 3 of our midfielders have been booked. Sorry, 2 of our midfielders and 1 of our left-backs been booked. So one of them, we only got 1 left-back anyway. Gonzalez Perez plays this short ball out to Trujillo. Out to Jaime. I think it's a player we used to actually have. It's a dodgy pass though, and John McDonald steals it. Gives it to Ives, and Ives plays it back into McDonald. Can McDonald... Oh, he cuts it across to Cortez, and there's Cortez from the left-hand side getting his 2nd goal of the match, and maybe proving that he should have played a bit more this season. Definitely showing that he's a top-class player, but McDonald here, he could have gone for the shot himself, but he saw Cortez was in a fantastic position, and Cortez was able just to volley it into the back of the net, and we are 2-0 up before half-time. Very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. And that is the half-time whistle. So let's tell them we're happy. And do we want to bring on Ashley Miller now, maybe? Or is it too early? He's actually got match fitness, believe it or not. He's actually 87% match sharpness. God knows how. We'll give these guys another few minutes, another 5-10 minutes. And we might take off Michael Luke just to rest him, because we don't want to risk him getting injured or banned for one of our finals matches. We want to make sure he is fully fit for those matches, because he is the man who scored our most goals this season. Another reason why we're probably resting Hulk as well. Right, we got another attack here. Riley. There's Evans. Go on, Frank. Plays it across to Cook. Forward to Foster, who is booked. Maybe we can consider bringing Foster off at some point. Foster skips past Dominguez Alvarez, who of course used to play for us, and Alvarez catches Foster, and Alvarez looks like he's going to get sent off here. Shame for him. Of course, he used to play for us, and he was a very good player for us as well, but the likes of Foster and Evans just took over him, really, in the sort of who we wanted to play sort of situation. Right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to... let's bring on Joseph for Cooper, because he's been booked. We can bring on Miller as a midfielder rather than a striker, but I think I'm going to take off Michael Luke just to get rid of the risk, and then maybe Conroy for Evans. I know we're using all 3 subs pretty early into the match, but I just want to make sure everyone's safe, and we're not going to risk losing anybody for that, or for those 2 final matches coming up pretty soon as well. And we're 2-0 up, there's no risk involved, is there? And then again, Joseph and Conroy are very good players, so there's no reason why they're not going to strengthen the side. Ashley Miller making his debut, I don't think we can expect too much from him, but you never know. 20 minutes left. Is there any more turns in this match? Any more goals for us? We've had 22 shots and 8 on target. I'm expecting to get maybe 1 or 2 more goals out of that. And we do have an injury, and it is to Cortez. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. So what can we do here? What can we do to... Maybe if I just play 3 narrow players. Well, I played 2 narrow players, and we'll just have to play with 10 men for the rest of the game. Play with Ives and McDonald behind the striker. That's a bit of a shame. Cortez scored 2 goals, so he's probably in quite hot form. For him to go off injured, it's a bit of a shame. I'm hoping it's not too serious of an injury. But it looks like we are going to see this match out and pick up the 2-0 victory. Cook on the ball, or can we get anything else out of it? Riley, there's a big space there. Of course, they're on 10 men anyway, so it's not really going to be too much of a problem for us to play with 10 men, I shouldn't imagine. Our 10 men are quite significantly stronger than anybody else in the league. Foster plays the ball forward to Ives. Plays it in, and Miller on his debut gets the goal. The 15-year-old Ashley Miller, only signed a couple of days ago, gets a goal on his debut. That's good, I like that. That's going to boost his confidence and hopefully boost him on to show what he can do as well. It's a good goal, actually. Ives playing the ball in. Ives, a player he's had a few matches this season, but he's not been a first choice by any stretch of the imagination. He's had quite a good game here today. And that looks like it is going to be the lot. Yes, it is a 3-0 victory over the team currently in second. Is that going to affect them at all? It's not going to affect us, of course, because we've already absolutely hammered everyone in the league. No, I think they should. It's a possibility, you know. Goal difference is in the favour of Lincoln Red Imps. So there's a possibility that they could overtake St. Joseph's. It'd be nice to see St. Joseph's get in there, though, because they've not had a lot of... well, I think Lincoln Red Imps have been the stronger team throughout the majority of the beginning of this Gibraltar challenge. So it'd be nice to see someone different get the opportunity in the European slots. But let's go straight into our second match against Lynx. And here we are with match number 2. And as you can see, we're strong favourites once again. St. Joseph's were lucky because Lincoln Red Imps could only pull off a draw. So everyone's got one game. I think everyone's finished now, are they? Everyone's finished now for the season. We've got our last game, which is against Lynx. So yeah, St. Joseph's have got themselves a Europa League spot. Good for them. I think Lincoln Red Imps will still get a Europa League spot because I should imagine we'll win both of the cup finals, which means that I think both these clubs might end up with Europa League. We'll have to find out. I'll have to find out next episode to see just how it works. But let's get straight into the match. Actually, no, let's have a look at the teams first. We've got McDonald back in goal. We've got Cooper still at left back. We brought in Maguire at centre back. Maguire, someone we've used quite a lot of this season. Again, somebody who's part of the Gibraltar national side as well. Looks like a pretty good player. Saying that, we've got Conroy and Sargent playing in midfield this time. Conroy is a good defensive midfielder. Really been a rock for us over the last few seasons. Tristan Sargent, again, he's just a cracking player. I think he's got a goal of the season now, the last 2 seasons in a row, which is good. Monty Griffo comes in at left midfield. It's not his favourite position. He doesn't necessarily like playing attacking midfield, but he generally does play quite good at it. He's not played as many games this season as he probably has done in previous seasons, but still a pretty good player. And we brought Hulk back in up front. Yeah, probably on the bench because probably won't see most of them anyway. And let's get straight into it. As you can see, we are very much morale-wise as high as we possibly can be. Michael Luke, for some reason, we just can't get him to be happy. And Durant cut the ball straight away from Conroy, and Conroy gives away the foul within the first couple of seconds of the game, and he's getting a talking to already. I think it's a bit early to try and book someone. Referee just probably giving him a stern word, just saying, look, just calm it down, calm it down. And hopefully we can finish the season off with a nice win here again. I think we want to try and get a big win here just to try and completely just build our momentum up going into these 2 cup finals in the next episode. Of course, we're going for the Rock Cup and the Senior League Cup as well. And we could get that potential domestic treble, which would be lovely. First time I think we've done it. I think we've won both cups individually in the past, but we've never got ourselves a domestic treble as yet. So that'd be good to try and get. And Hulk is over the top here. Oh, and a great save by the keeper, and Lopez clears it. Lopez, the defender's so great they named him twice. McDonald now on the wing. Plays the ball in, but it's not a very good ball really. It's picked up by Bailey. Cook Heads it forward to Conroy. Conroy, oh, I thought he was going to see the ball into McDonald there, but it didn't quite make it to him. Thought McDonald was making the run, but evidently wasn't. Let's try and put some more crosses into the box. Now our assistant manager has just started going into training for his A licence, so that might make him a bit better for us. Hopefully, as long as he passes, we're looking quite good anyway. Come on, guys, we need to get back into this. Come on. Let's have some excitement. What have you got for us? 10 shots in the first half, and we've only had one that was a highlight, and now we go for another one. So again, it's not a great ball in by McDonald, but it's cleared out, and Cook picks it back up, and that's the problem. These teams have to play so deep against us. As soon as they clear the ball, generally we can just pick it back up again and start to move forward, and this is Conroy to Monty Griffo. Monty Griffo, another bad pass, but again, it's just cleared straight back out to one of our players. Cooper plays it into Conroy. Conroy forward to Hulk. Hulk, again, another bad pass. Our passing is not very good today at all. And Hadji with a big clearance forward. And it's headed forward back by Maguire to Conroy. Conroy sees the run of Monty Griffo. Now Monty Griffo's in space. Can the cross be good enough? It's in. Oh, Michael Luke. Hulk. Oh, we couldn't put it in the back of the net. But it was a good ball in. So, can we get that goal for half-time? Michael Luke now again. And there's Conroy, puts it in the back of the net, and finally we get that goal before half-time. We needed that. We did need that. I'm very happy with that. Riley with the throw-in. Michael Luke picked it up and tried to play creative for Hulk. It was cut out by Hunter and landed quite luckily at the feet of Conroy, but we're not going to moan. We are not going to moan whatsoever. So 1-0 up at half-time. That's great to see. Right, we're happy. Keep it up. Might try and use some of these substitutes in the second half again. We want to try and make sure... We've got 2 left-backs on the bench for us. That's not very good planning by me, was it? We want to try and make sure everyone's fit and safe going into that. That's a very loud car driving past the side. Yeah, we want to make sure everyone's fit and safe going into the 2 cup finals coming up in the next episode. So we want to try and ensure we're okay. It'd be nice to see Hulk get a goal, because we've not seen him get a goal yet this episode. And just look at those shots on target. And we just hammer sides in the league so much. And this is why, like I said, I'm going to play the majority of the seasons through off camera, and then just show you probably the beginning and the end of each season, just so you can see who we've signed and things like that. And then, of course, we'll just concentrate more on the Champions League and bits and bobs like that. Cook, it's not a very good pass, and French picks it up, plays it to Durant. Let's see if our defence can cope with this, and it can. It's Cooper, plays it back to McDonald, and yeah, the majority of our side is, of course, the Gibraltar national side. The main problem with that is that when the Gibraltar national side meets, because the way the season is and everyone has to share a stadium, sometimes we end up missing like 11 players from our first team squad because there's an international game on the same day. It's quite frustrating, really. Oh, Luke's picked it up. Oh, great tackle, but it's only out to Monty Griffo, and the Monty Griffo makes it 2-0. Excelente. That's his 4th goal of the season, and we are 2-0 up now against the Lynx FC. I was going to say away, but like I've said before, because everyone plays in the same stadium, you're not necessarily away, but the stadium is full, which is good. We want to try and, like I said, build our own stadium and try to really grow this club as much as we possibly can. And the whole idea of the whole challenge, of course, is to try and grow Gibraltar as a nation. I'd love to get into the Champions League group stages at some point. That's going to be one of our main goals. I don't know how far. I know a lot of people have managed to go the whole way and actually win the Champions League as a Gibraltarian side, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm talented enough to do so, but you never know. If we can go professional and sign some big players, and it's a possibility. We're earning quite a chunk of money now. I think you've got to build everything up. You can't just go into the Champions League and win the Champions League, because chances are you haven't got the fan base to support a team that could win the Champions League. So you have to try and build your fan base as well, which earns you more money and stuff like that. At the moment, we're we're earning a lot more money than we could ever burn. We could be professional right now and it would not be a problem at all because the amount of money we earn every season just from being in the Champions League. If we get knocked out in the first knockout stage of the Champions League, I think we still get... Because I think the first season we got knocked out in the first knockout stage, and I think we got about £300,000, which is a massive amount of money that is more than we could ever spend in one season. Then we got through into the second knockout stage, and again we got a huge amount of money once again. And Monte Griffo's in there, almost got a third goal there. But yeah, we're looking pretty good in this actually. I think at the moment we're in firm control of Gibraltar. The national side is getting better. The national side have won a few matches now, which is very good. And of course, thanks to our guys on the bench, good old Frank Evans, of course the most caps and the highest goal scorer. Let's bring on Ashley Miller once again for Michael Luke. Let's bring on Baxter for Cooper. And should bring on Ives as well. Ives is not very fit because he did play for the under-18s the other day. Let's bring on Atkinson in place of Riley. I know he's a left back, but I'm sure he's more than capable of playing right back as well. Might be not on his strongest foot, but I want to just make sure that Riley is just protected as well for these matches in the two cup finals. I think we won't have much of a problem in the two cup finals, to tell the truth, unless something freak happens. On paper now, we are much stronger than all of the other teams in Gibraltar, so it's a case of just ensuring that we reinforce that on the pitch and we don't end up dropping points. And French is in, and that's a great goal there by Lynx. Completely cut our defence in pieces there. Gutierrez Albizu played it through to French, and it's a bit of a crappy goal kick there by McDonald as he tried to kick the ball back up. But still, we're winning 2-1. I should imagine we might be able to close this game off now and still win it anyway. It was a good play all round, actually. Durant with the ball then. I see it looks like whoever that was, number... Atkinson was trying to... So actually we brought on Atkinson at right back, and there's me saying it won't be a problem, and then straight away he's been caught out of position and we've conceded a goal. But hopefully hopefully we can reply quickly here and get that 2-goal cushion once again, because we don't want to finish the season on a draw. Hulk into Miller. It was a great goal his first match, but I think he saw his name in lights there and it didn't quite work out for him. Should we just close the match off now? Let's just contain. Close the match off. See it out. See the 2-1 victory. And then we can go into these two cup finals in the next episode. And hopefully pick up the domestic treble. Got a corner in the last couple of minutes. It's not cleared very well. And Maguire scores. Has Maguire scored for us yet? Oh, it's his second goal of the season, Matt Maguire. So that's going to be surely settled. 12 games without defeat to finish off the season. Excellent. And I wonder, if we've won the league and both domestic cups, will the board finally accept my request to go professional? Because it would make us so much better, so much stronger. Because say I've got a list of players the length of my arm that are all good enough to play for us and are actually a lot better than some of the players we've got. The one risk I have got is I don't really want to get rid of too many Gibraltarian players, because obviously part of this game mode is to strengthen Gibraltar as a nation as well, and the problem is I don't think there's a lot of fantastic Gibraltarian players really spawning. That's the problem we've got. But I think if we raise the nation, if we raise the nation's reputation, then that might increase the players that are being sort of generated. But I would like to go out there and buy a few of these players. I found some Italians, some Spanish, some Croatians, some really, really top class players. There's an American I found who's happy to join us if we're professional, and he is absolutely incredible. But yeah, great way to finish off the season with 2 big wins. Let's have a quick look at the last league table. There we are. We're finishing top, a clear 16 points from second place, which is what we expected. Looks like Man 62 is going to get relegated, which I'm actually quite happy about, because they are our sort of bogey team. For some reason, they always manage to do well against us. So to get them down into the League 2 is going to be great for us. So I think we're going to call that the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit the like button. It does really help me out. It makes the video easier for other people to find. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for some more of the Gibraltar Challenge. The next episode, we will come back in a couple of days' time, and we're going to play St. Joseph's again in the Senior League Cup final. And then, of course, the team that I don't like, the bogey team for us, Man 62 in the Rock Cup final, and potentially walk out with a domestic treble this season. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time for those 2 massive cup finals.